Crystal Chiropractic brings you another segment of Did You Know with Dr. Larry.
With over 600,000 knee replacement surgeries performed every single year in the United States, it might be worth it to spend a little extra time today learning about this important part of our body. Knowing a little bit about our knees by listening to the sounds they make can possibly nip in the bud some clicks and pops before they become a painful or more serious problem. So let's get started. First, let's think of our knee just like an average door. A door has a hinge which allows it to open and close. And our knee has a hinge which allows it to bend and extend. The same concept. Now, knees, like most doors, have a few sounds, and again, those sounds can tell us something. So let's listen to those three sounds that can come from the average door and knee and understand what it tells us. The first one is a squeak. Now, unless we're a real fussy carpenter, squeaks in a door are not usually that big of a deal. Sure, it may need a little oil in the hinge or something, but most likely it's just a natural sound from the door. So a squeak is not usually anything that needs attention or to worry about. And the same goes for a knee. Your average squeak, as many describe it, also sounds like a sandy sound. It's natural to the knee. Occasionally, it might mean we might need a little more water, but mostly, just like the squeak in the door, the sandy sound in the knee is no biggie. Now, the second sound to listen for is a tap or a click. Now, a tap on the door could mean that someone is politely trying to let you know they need you, and so the sound travels from one side of the door to the other. But it's typically not urgent. In fact, it's the technique I've been trying to teach my kids for many years now when Daddy is using the bathroom. Rather than bust down the door like an episode of Cops just to let me know that the mouse to the computer needs new batteries or a shoe is missing, I've let them know that a soft tap on the door is not only much appreciated, it typically lets me know there's nothing urgent. Now, in like manner, a minor click in the knee is a sound that travels to the surface, telling you to politely watch your moves a little more carefully. Again, this is usually not an urgent request from your knee to stop what you're doing nor even seek a professional, but a mere suggestion to be mindful that the hinge movement of the knee isn't as smooth as it once was a few years ago. For example, if you're in your 40s and are trying to play a pickup game of basketball like you did when you were an all-stater in high school, your knee may have a minor click. And being mindful that 600,000 knee replacements are done every year, just bank on the fact that you need to figure out a way to not be such a ball hog, let's say. And for the rest of us, let's start being more aware of modifying any dreams of running marathons. We need our knees more than that free t-shirt. So, we can just be aware of those minor clicks and taps for years and realize that being mindful of moderation can extend the life of our knee. Unless, of course, the taps and the clicks get a little louder and turn into our final sound, which is a knock. Now, a few taps on the door that turns to a knock at the door is typically normal. Usually means someone wants to see you, but sooner than later. Well, the same goes for the knee. Excessive knocking with some heat and pain usually means we've got to seek a professional and start listening and following instructions, especially if we ignore the taps and the clicks from a few decades ago by not modifying activities. It doesn't always mean you'll be one of the 600,000, but certainly it's going to mean some big changes to keep those knees working well for years to come. So as we just learned, doors and knees make sounds. And by listening to those sounds, we can begin to understand a little more about what they mean and what to do about them when they occur. It's not always surgery or a doctor's visit, but being mindful to modify is the key to keep your own knee.
Did You Know has been brought to you by Crystal Chiropractic.